Hey artists, welcome to our fifth and final emphasis warm-up. This week we've been drawing faces and using different methods to create emphasis, and today's no different. We're going to draw a face and we're going to use something called leading lines, or it's also, you can refer to it as converging lines, to create emphasis. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So again, let's see, we've done 3 ladies. Let's do a guy today. So create a box inside your circle. I say box, I mean square. A box isn't necessarily square. We want a square. It doesn't have to be a perfect square, but get as close as you can. The height of the square, that's a little off there. The height of the square, add 1 height, so you have 3 equal parts. And that will be your line for your chin. And then you can go in and add jawline. Now guys have a much squarer jaw usually than women. Not always true. There are some ladies out there with square jaws. If you've ever seen Jennifer Garner in a movie, she has a very square jaw. She's a beautiful woman, but just God made her with a more square jaw, so it's not a absolute given, but in general, guys usually have squarer jaws than girls. Girls' jawlines are usually a little softer. Okay, so we've got our guy here. Remember, eyebrows. Let's make his eyebrows more straight than what we've been doing. Eyebrows are on this brow line here. You want to make them roughly the same, but you'll find when you're drawing in real life that people's eyebrows are different from one from the other. Not crazy different, but somewhat different. The nose sits on this line here. We're going to give him a bit of a pointed nose. And some guidelines for the sides of his nose. Eyes sit right under. That's probably a little big. And he's got one eye smaller than the other. We're going to live with it. And then his lips. Okay, remember ears. Start at the corner of the eyes and end at the bottom of the nose. Okay, what kind of hair do we want to give our guy here? Get his hairline in here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Now, we've got our face. Let's give him some irises here. Okay. So converging lines is the idea of lines that all point towards something. So if, say we give our guy here, this is somewhat like movement, but when we use converging lines, there's more than just one set of lines. But the principle is very similar. And you can see what happens is it's not really the converging lines that are emphasized, it's the thing that the converging lines are leading your eye to. So in this case, the converging lines are leading us to our guy's eye here. And even that they're not thin lines, they're thick lines, but it still works. I could have used thin lines and it would have worked just the same. He was a barbarian in a past lifetime. But it's very, you can tell, it's very similar to the whole idea of movement, and I would almost say that they're related closely, but not quite the same. There's just a nuance of a difference there that we need to understand as artists. So I'm just going to outline. Really made a bunch of sad people this week. I don't know why. Remember, guys, these aren't meant to be realistic. They're just fun this week. Okay, I think I'm actually going to color in my leading lines here. Okay. If I go in and erase my extras. Oh, I forgot to give him a neck. Remember, necklines are usually about at the outside edge of your eyes. They usually work. Wow, he looks like a zombie now. Let's fill in his eyes a little bit. He looks scared. He's not a very tough-looking barbarian, is he? He looks worried. I guess the horde is coming. Okay, so this is emphasis, leading lines. All right. And there we have emphasis for the week. Here's our other three faces.